many people understand the idea of hitting the wall, especially when it comes to women. The older a woman gets, the less opportunities she may have, depending on what she looks like, where she lives, and her educational achievement. And a lot of women out there are pushing back on this whole idea.
But I also want to say, like, whenever people try to scare women, like, oh, you're going to end up alone, or no one's going to find you attractive, that is not scary. I just want to first and foremost say, women have a life outside of men thinking they're attractive.
Now, to be fair, a lot of women in their older ages are still beautiful. I mean, if you look at somebody like Lisa Ray, you look at Amber Rose, a lot of women are still looking good in their 40s and 50s. Hitting the wall is not because you're older. Hitting the wall is basically when you can't get what you used to be able to get, right? In sports, we call that father time, right? That means you're no longer in your prime. Some people's prime is longer than others. Let's look at LeBron James, but simply you cannot get what you used to get before, despite what you look like. And in the case of Stacy Dash, that is exactly the truth. Stacy Dash in the early 90s, especially when she came out with the movie Clueless, I mean, she was a heartthrob. Almost every dude in Black America wanted Stacy Dash. I mean, she was just beautiful. The attitude was very feminine. And of course, we all know at certain points, she became this real staunch Republican, okay? And a lot of the conservative talking points were against Black people. But we also noticed that before the party switch, she had all white husbands. Brian Lavelle was one, then that ended. James Mabey, then that ended. Emmanuel Zareb, that ended. And Jeffrey Marty, that ended. 4 white men married and divorced in 15 years. Then Stacy Dash basically had a whole bunch of trauma with like alcohol, something like that. Stacy Dash had some issues with like sobriety, whether it be alcohol or drugs. And so now she's basically on TikTok making funny videos. And this video here has been really disturbing. It's Stacy Dash dancing to a song, okay? And again, if you look at it, it's you know, just her trying to have a good time, but not everybody is thinking like it's a good thing. People think that this is actually a cry for help. Let's look at some of the comments. Man, this is a white guy. Man, I remember back in the day, you were way out of my league, but now you are way, way out of my league. This person is being nice. Miss Bonnie, hey sis, looking great. And again, you do have those people who were basically, you know, showing her some love. But this person goes, it's giving Britney Spears 2.0. Then this person goes, you said you wasn't with us, Stacy. Be careful with the ninja emoji, because she put that there on her status. She put that there in her description. Ronnie said, it's a no for me. And it's not the fact that Stacy Dash is older or, you know, all of that, but that's interesting. All of a sudden now it's what you do ninja. And we all know what ninja really means in the Black community, but it's the N-word. But now you over here doing all these little dances and want to be associated with the Black community. And guess what? You over there like Halle Berry. Halle Berry is the same thing. Married all of those white men and was dealing with all those white men, then end up coming back to Black men in the case of Van Hunt. And guess what? All of that buffooning and all of that talking down on Black people got you what in the end? It got you nothing. I mean, we see it in all the cases on social media. Look at Myron on Fresh and Fit. All of that, you know, thirsting for white zaddy, begging for white zaddy's approval, you know, saying everything to get attention. The question is, do them people respect him? No. What about our good brother Donovan Sharp? All that hating on Black people. He got him with a white single mom and all of this. He could barely even crack 1,000 views. Why? They don't care about you. Same thing with Stacy Dash. All of that buffooning, hating on Black people, it got you where? I can see if you go and buffoon and hate on Black people and then it gets you somewhere for the rest of your life, but it's temporary because they don't even want you. And it's not gonna matter if the men that you want in your life that you got to pay for don't want you, because the reality is again, like ladies like Stacy Dash, they don't see the issues in their own lives, okay? It's everybody else's fault. And then they come around and talk about black society, blame black men, and then you look at them in their 50s and their 60s, and of course they're still attractive, but the question is, why isn't anybody wanting to deal with them? And it don't even really matter now the age. If you look at a lot of ladies, even younger than her, you know, you look at Tia Mowry, you look at Keisha Cole, which is younger than her, and you could even look at some ladies in their 20s and 30s. I could argue that some people would say women are hitting their wall in their physical prime. You have women who are in their prime, beautiful. I mean, you could say Keke Palmer, ladies like that, right? I mean, and then people just don't want to put up with your attitude. And this is what's happening right now in the world. Men are a lot less likely now to put up women's attitude than before. It's just the reality of what it is. Look at Brittany Renner crashing out with PJ Washington. Before, like 20 years ago, women like Brittany Renner, women like Stacey Dash, you know, if they're in their 30s and 40s, hey, dudes are still gonna be there spending money on ladies. Here's what happened. The internet destroyed all of that possibility. It's just over now. Now it's just so much easier to go and talk to women everywhere. I mean, you know, you got the passport bro thing. You got bros going out there to, you know, Thailand. Flights is cheaper. The world is more accessible. So now men know that they don't have to put up with certain stuff. And what it's doing is making women cover more ground than they had to before. Back in the day, if you lived in a city like me, Sacramento, California, I lived in Del Paso Heights, which is in the North Sacramento, black sector, okay? If you come from Sacramento in the black community and you look like Stacy Dash, I mean, hey, it's not a lot of women that look like Stacy Dash in Sacramento. And if in my time, you really didn't want to be going to other parts of the city. Like, you didn't want to really be going to South Sacramento. You didn't want to be really going to Oak Park. So a lot of black people was stuck in a sector of the town. So, you know, if you have a chick like her and then, you know, you lose her, you have a scarcity mindset. Now somebody like Stacey Dash is lost, and now in Sacramento or any other place on the West Coast, it's not even a thing to consider somebody white more or less than you did in the 90s, somebody Hispanic more or less than you did in the 90s, or somebody else mixed, or somebody else from a whole nother country. All of that's in play now. And then with the rising prices and women being too hard to deal with and men not seeing the real return, men start to weigh that and say, it's easier for me to get rid of you, right? Before it was like, nah, you know, I gotta deal with her, I gotta see what's up. But now dudes are sitting back and thinking about it logically. Look, man, you know, I can bet on the fact that I can replace her, no matter how much it hurt. If I get rid of her now, it'll hurt, but it will hurt longer if I keep her there. And if you look at like somebody said, the 304 facts, you see all these problems in their life, 4 marriages, 4 divorces, white men, a lot of men can add that up and immediately place her in the clapper zone. Back in the day, I'm gonna tell you, when I was coming up, dudes would meet somebody and she will have all these problems, and you know, you be listening to her and she'll be like, oh my God, he really did me wrong. And you'd be like, nah, baby, I understand. Yeah, he messed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure that you never hurt again. And really believe that. And you know, it wouldn't be until you start going through problems with her that you start seeing her issues. And then now that dudes are able to see those issues, men gonna stay away from that. And so the question is, Stacey Dash, you have 4 white men, all right? And you dancing by yourself, and all of a sudden you do what you do ninja. No, go back to the white guys. You should be doing what you're doing Winja. Where's the Winjas at? Why the white dudes don't want you, boo? Let's talk about that. Why is it that the men that y'all want so much, some of y'all, they don't want to deal with you? They tired of you. Like, if that's your preference should never be tired of you, because you prefer them. So now what you gonna do? Switch the goalposts? Now it's all about me. You know what they say now. Well, you know, I'm working on myself. You know, it's self-love. Yeah, it's everything but what it really is, which don't nobody want to put up with your ass. Why is it not that? So now that everybody got hip to the game, they know that you got problems, that you not to be taken seriously. Now all of a sudden you want to start loving on yourself. Ain't that right, Jeannie Mai? Right? They don't want to put no accountability. And then, so is it black men's fault now? That's what I want to know. Where's the black men's fault at? All the ladies out there that got a problem with black men, you stop dealing with black men, or you get your preference of men, you go to a whole nother community and this happens to you, what do you say? What do y'all say? I want to know what y'all say. Do y'all say, it's all men now? Or do you ever come back and think, damn, maybe I'm dusty. Maybe I need to work on myself. Maybe I'm down bad. Why don't y'all ever say that? Or is it that you don't want to say it? What's the problem? Can we know? Can we figure it out? I'm trying to ask you for real. Like, no, I'm being real. I'm trying to here to help you. I want to know, why did you still be so down bad? After all these years, how are you still down bad? You want to talk about it? Why y'all don't want to talk about it? I need to know. Because if I knew, then we could try to help you. Because how come you have 4 zaddies and zaddies ain't nowhere to be found? And then let me just say this. You might have some zaddies in your inbox. You might have some zaddies in your inbox, but guess what? Them ain't the ones you want. You want them zaddies that got money. You want them zaddies that got properties. You want them zaddies that's doing everything in the book. The problem is with those same zaddies, they got opportunities. And zaddies with opportunity, just like black men, don't want to put up with no BS. So there you will be doing a struggle ass dance by yourself, offbeat, in the corner of a house somewhere, looking silly every day. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Pretty sure for all that you do, subscribe to the bell. We out.